Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa's not a financial planner. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. And we have some great news for you. Well, I think it's great news. February 15th, approximately, for a date. Schwab has got a pilot program going right now with some traders, and it's allowing them to trade Tesla. Actually, I believe any stock that's in the NASDAQ will be able to trade 24 hours a day. Um, you will not be able to short the stock during these overnight sessions, but you will at least be able to buy long, and you can exit a position, which is huge in Grandpa's opinion. So, Grandpa likes that. And I'm sure a lot of people do, because a lot of times there'll be a $10 move overnight or more, sometimes $20, and uh, they're trading when you can't even get in on it. You can put a good, if you have a spot where you're hoping to get in or get out, and it goes there, it can go there and come back, and you can't get out of your position, or you can't get into your position. So at a decent place, it's really not a fair playing field the way they're currently doing it. By no means. When the rest of the world can trade 10 hours, 11 hours a day that you can't, a lot of things can happen in Tesla in 1 minute, let alone 11 hours. Okay, Grandpa's going to get at it real quick here. Okay, we had movement today, high to low of $15.40. We had a high today of 324.68. We had a low of 309.22, and we closed in the green very respectably at 320.72. So a high of 324.68. Whoopee doopee, whoopee doopee. That means good. We're going to start with upside resistance here. Upside resistance for coming up here on Monday is we got resistance at 330, because Grandma came within 2 pennies there, getting her fill there. And she's the smartest one around. Grandpa sold his shares early today and took his profit, and that was a mistake. And I don't know what Jeff all did. I know he sold a bunch too, but in the green at least. You have upside resistance at 333, 338, 368, 400, followed by 415. Hey, I think the range on Monday, I think 303.50 is going to bottom us out on the bottom side, right in that 303.50 area, and I'll tell you a little bit about my blinking. Probably that's where you want to buy, in Grandpa's opinion, for right now. 338 on the top side is kind of the range for Monday, I believe, and downside support. Downside support. Well, the 310 area, 304 area, 285, of course, 270, 257. And as far as the pivot point goes, we at 4 a.m. this morning, when we can't trade, of course, I know Jeff was trying to buy it. They wouldn't let him with GTC EX deal that we're supposed to be able to do it on, but we can't until probably the middle of February. So Grandpa's going to whine about it till then. But Schwab was really good about explaining it to me the second time I called him today. And so that was good to finally find out what they're actually doing from somebody that knew. So 302.70 at 4 a.m. Is that going to be our new low bottom pivot point? That's the $1 million question. Because once we make that low bottom pivot point, we're off to the races. But until then, we can go to 285 yet. We can go to 270, or we could go to 257 or whatever. She's going to go down until we get it. And but we're in better shape than we were the other day. The lower the one they got, it's very possible that it is our new bottom pivot point, and we're on our way up to the 400s. It's $64.50 from, if 302.70 is our new bottom pivot, and we already know that 367.20 is our top pivot point, and we're looking for the bottom one, we got a range there of $64.50, and the average range on a pivot point's about $52. So we're well over the top. So, if I get the opportunity to buy in the 303, 304 area, Grandpa's going to be buying, put it that way. And I won't go all in, because we still have a real possibility of the 290s or 285 area that it could dip down to, and you need to be able to take that ride if you have a margin account. But as far as like Grandma with her cash account, we're at this point, we're just pretty much waiting. If she can't make a big chunk of money, she ain't selling nothing. Nobody should sell Tesla anyway. They should just buy one share and keep it forever. Okay, the blinking. Well, let's see, divergence. Well, we do have divergence. 3 million less shares today were bought and sold on higher prices. It's a neutral. As a matter of fact, it's almost a little bit bullish, because 113 million shares changed hands, and the overall average is 90.5. So we are losing a little volume here, and if we get a big drop in volume, I'll start singing 285 pretty hard. But until then, I think we're going to do a lot of trading. I think we're going to do a lot of trading next week, sideways in maybe inching upward in 310 to 335 area, and my concern is that we get up in that 340 area, and they do a rug pull all the way to 285 and beyond, and because that is a possibility. So the dominant trend, I have that up here. I got the daily up, and we have a sell signal clearly here in the daily. So the dominant trend is still down. Here's your 284, 285 actually area. where I've had that yellow line on my screen for well over a year on my daily, and there's a reason for it. There is a reason for it. It might be a low pivot point, and then followed by this red one is at 270. There's your next opportunity. That one's been on there for a year. And then you have the 252, 253 area. So, but we are under a golden cross in this. I'm going to make it a little smaller. Here's your golden cross in the, really, we can go all the way down to, oh man, we could do that 257 if it happened fairly quickly and still maintain this golden cross. We literally 270 would be no problem at all. We could go to 270 on the bottom side and still maintain, I believe, this golden cross, which is going to take us where? 415, 500, somewhere in there, I'm guessing, would be the appropriate number. So, did I tell you the fair opening price? I think I did. 318.20. Fair opening price for Monday is 318.20. Fair opening price for this morning was 317.20, and I didn't hit it until about 15 minutes after the open. I wish I would have paid more attention to my fair opening price. I front run it too much. Jeff had more confidence in it. he hung out longer than Grandpa, I know. Let's see. And Grandma really had confidence in it. She's still holding on. Grandma's the only smart one in the whole building. How does Grandma know all this stuff? That's what I want to know. Let's see. What do we got going? Yeah, we got good times coming up here in the world of Tesla. And I think Grandpa will call it a day here. It's been a long day. Grandpa needs some sunshine. That's what Grandpa needs. Let's see. Did I cover everything for you? Blinking. Let's talk. I got to tell you blinking a little bit. After hours, they're blinking up at 339.80 like crazy. Well, fairly good for after hours. And 363 up above that. They're up there shorting 339.80 and 363, and down below after hours they were buying in the 305, 306 area, 305, 306, and also at 294, which would indicate less than 303 area, and let's see, blinking during the regular day, there was a bunch of blinking in the 303.50. When I'm talking 5,000 shares a minute type of deal here. 303.50, I want to buy some shares there. 300, right just above 300 at 350 cents, $300.50. But also at the 295 area. So them were the three main spots where they were buying down below pretty much like crazy. Every time you get a red candle, they were doing it. Let's see. Just looking at a wild red candle in the minute chart. But okay, so and to the top side, and this is what pulled us up. They would short at the same time at 336 and 339. 336 and 339 shorten at the same time. And they also periodically would short up there at 345. So I somewhere around that 338 area, 339 is where I believe we're headed for this next week without too much of a doubt. I think we're going to stabilize here for a while, and don't worry, they'll make their move. Something. I just don't believe 302.70 is. I could be dead wrong, but I don't think it's our bottom pivot yet. I wish I knew for sure, but I don't think so. Okay, what I'm scanning through my notebook here to see if anything else is. I'm sure I'll think of it right after I quit talking to you. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so hey, think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does, and have a wonderful weekend. I might come back and do one on Saturday if I see anything or get a burr under my saddle I want to talk about or feel like trying to explain something that I see. And now, it's going to be nice. Well, of course, start at Sunday night at 8 o'clock, you'll be able to see your charts move, your candles form. That's going to be nice. At least they're doing that for us now. It started last night, first time ever in Thinkorswim. I had to go elsewhere to see it for months and months and months and months. But now, last night they did it for the first time. You'll be able to start seeing your candles form. They're still only through the 4 hour and down will form. The daily, the weekly, and monthly are still only forming, I believe, during regular hours, which is 9:30 to 4 p.m. And but why they do that, I don't know. But our other candles should be much more accurate now, in Grandpa's opinion, than what they have been. You can't have 11 hour. Like for instance, the 367.20 high, where we have our top pivot point. It don't even show on our charts. It don't even show on the screens. It shows the number down below it, $5-6 that isn't the right number. That's what it shows us. So it's going to be a lot nicer. And think about eternity. Grandpa does. Bye-bye.